No one in yet? Oh well. It's Taff's Live coming to you from my living room. My router is just behind me, and I worked out that is what was causing the dropouts from the last two blocks. Is basically where there are some solid walls in between my router and my bedroom. So basically, I've had to bring it into my living room so the connection will hopefully hold out. Aaron, first one on, mate. Well done. Hello to you too, mate. Let's get some more people in. Let's get talking football. Obviously, the Premier League have started now. County have been 2 weeks into the season, and so have the Championship, League 1 and League 2. Champions League in the middle of this week, first leg. Lewis, hello, mate. What else is going on? There's so much going on in the football world at the moment. We're going to talk Coutinho, we're going to talk Van Dijk, we're going to talk Ronaldo. Alexis Sanchez deleted a tweet from Paris. So much going on. Oliver, Carl, good to see you guys. So, favourite county chant so far? Aaron, what's that one then, mate? I can only afford to go to one, Coventry or Leeds. We've actually got one of the lads in our group who has this dilemma, Coventry or Leeds. Ultimately, it's down to, it's pretty much down to what you think is the most important, or what you think you'll remember the most. I mean, you got to think of yourself as well. I mean, obviously you're going to support county, but you're paying your money for yourself. So, which one would you prefer to go to? I know, obviously, I like Saturday games, to be honest with you. If it was a choice for me, it would always be the Saturday game that I would save the money for. That's why I missed out Southend, so I can do both the Saturday games for the rest of this month before I get paid again. County versus Leeds is massive. It's one of the biggest draws we've had. I think it's probably on par with West Brom. The only thing is, obviously, we're getting these teams in the League Cup all the time. What we need is the FA Cup, where the coverage is better, where the finances that you can generate are better. So hopefully we get a good FA Cup run. But to be honest with you, I've got to be honest, playing against Leeds, no matter what competition you're in, at Elland Road, it's going to be massive. And if you can get up there, it's worth getting up there. But if you can't, and you want to save it for Coventry on Saturday, save it for Coventry on Saturday. So where are we then? So that was from, is that FLN or Finn, Chadwick? You have to clear that one up for me, please, if you could. Up the county, went to Crewe, really impressed with the football, but at times it looked as though we were trying to pass the ball into the goal. I was thinking this. The thing is, what I liked is that we were playing patient football on the deck instead of hoofball that we've been accused of in the past. But yeah, when we were getting the ball to the goal, there were times, like for example when Robbie Wilmot was practically through on goal from the side. He cut it back across into someone in a more awkward position. He could have whacked that from there. I've seen Robbie Wilmot belt them from positions like that before. I don't know why he didn't take it on and hit it. So yeah, you got a good point there, mate. The game of Master, can we win the game against Leeds? Look, anything can happen in football. I mean, for anyone who's been watching the game for long enough, you got to know anything can happen. Guys, if someone could do me a big favour, I haven't shared this to Twitter. I clicked the go live when I thought I'd click the share button. I couldn't cancel the stream, so could someone share this on Twitter for me, please? I would really appreciate it. And even if you can share it on Facebook, let's get some more people in on this. So, what do I think the score will be? If that's against Leeds, I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, if you're going to go with your head, you're going to say Leeds could possibly beat us 2-0, 3-1. If you go with your heart, you've got to really believe County can win. And we beat Brighton 3-1 after extra time, so why can't we beat Leeds? Obviously Brighton was a whole different squad, back then, but, I think you know what I'm on about. So Lewis, NCFC, I really want to go to Leeds. How many County fans will turn up? I think there's a lot of people on about going. It's just about getting off work. I mean, and whether you want to go in hanging out your ass the next day because, you're going to be tired. You're not going to get back until about 2 in the morning. Oh, I'm bloody tired now, but I haven't done fuck all day. There we go. Obviously I was at work. It is a tiring job sometimes. What do you think the score will be between County and Coventry this Saturday? Coventry have won both their games. We've drawn both our games, so the obvious thought is that it would be a Coventry win or a draw, based on that. But I mean, I think that we're looking good at the moment. I don't think anybody is going to expect to beat us this season. So I think we'd have a chance of doing a number on them. I think if we come away with another away draw, I think we've got to be happy. My most favourite player, now we're talking county or all time. If it's county, Christian Jolly's always been my favourite player. If we're talking all time, it's Steven Gerrard. That was from FJN Vlogs. Thanks for getting involved, mate. Alan Day, do you think Barca will sign Coutinho or Dembele? I think Barca will probably sign both, because for me, Coutinho isn't the replacement for Neymar. Dembele will be the replacement for Neymar. Coutinho is the long-term replacement for Iniesta, I believe. Right, okay. Mark, Platinum Bridge. Right, okay. I'm an administrator of this channel. It's not solely my channel. This is the channel of the supporters group, the Amber Army. I do the disclaimer because Taff's word is my opinion, and the group don't particularly have an input in what I say. They are pretty good at leaving me to it, and it's something we voted on because people in the group don't always agree with what I've got to say. We wouldn't be a very good group if we all just said yes to each other, we have got to challenge each other, and at the end of the day, I've got to put it out that it is my opinion and my opinion alone when I put a task word out, so I don't represent the actual group. It's just the group who are giving me the platform through this YouTube channel to actually put these videos out. Yeah, good question though, mate. Cheers for popping in there, Mark. Tommy Evs, if we beat Leeds, who was you want in the third round? You've got to want one of the big teams, haven't you? You've got to want Man United, Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal. I mean, but when you're getting the same draw as them, they are the ones that you look for. Obviously, we got drawn with Liverpool last year, but unfortunately we had to beat Plymouth, who shat on everything we did last season. Obviously, they beat us 3-1 at home to keep us down at the bottom end. They beat us in the Cup. They beat us in the Checker Trade Trophy. And then the one thing that could have completely tossed us right up at the end of the season was our goal difference, because they beat us 6-1. So pretty much Plymouth were the complete bane of our lives last year. So, like I was saying, obviously we want to get into the same draw as the big boys, and we want to get that Liverpool draw back. If anything, Liverpool, Man United, anyone as big as them. So yeah, that's from Tommy. Cheers, mate. Lewis, NCAFC, one of our regulars. How has Lamar Reynolds been playing in the league? He's still got a lot to learn. He's very fast. He's good with the ball at his feet, but he's getting stopped a little bit too easily. No doubt he's going to be a good player for us, but I think he's got to calm down, compose himself a little bit more, and try playing as part of the team. His strengths are running with the ball, of course, but he needs to get himself into the better positions, and he needs to be a bit more clinical, because he's got himself into those positions once or twice, and he hasn't finished when he's had really good chances. So he will come good, I really do believe. Right. Hi Chris, I'd love to see the club have a few flag days at RP this season. Decorate the North Terrace, what do you think? That's from Greg. Greg's one of our regulars as well. Yeah, I love football flags. Football flags, decorate the whole place. Yeah, definitely. The North Terrace is closed off. Whether we can put flags on that North Terrace, I don't know. But hopefully it'll be a point where we can put things on the North Terrace, and we can completely, like I say, every single game, those flags will get on the TV then as well. Because when the balls go in the goal in the one end, the flags are going to get on TV. So yeah, that's a good point, that is, mate. Nice one. FJM Vlogs, who do you support? The mighty Newport County, of course. Who else? Yeah, Newport County, all the way. Absolutely love the port. Reece Stanley, do you know how the new pitch is going? I believe it's completely laid at the moment. It needs 10 days to bed in, which is why we couldn't take any chances with declaring out, which was a home draw against Leeds, declaring that we could play that fixture there. So yeah, from what I hear, it's looking good, and it's on schedule to be ready for the Chesterfield game. So yeah, all good. We'll see how it goes through the season, though, before we completely judge it. Up the county, I'd happily take another draw, but after Saturday's match, we showed we can play brilliant football on lovely pitches, so I think an upset is on the card. Yeah, of course. I mean, at the same time, would it really be an upset? I mean, and if the Coventry manager is one that does his homework and watches play back, he'll know that we're a good team, and that it's going to take a lot for his team to beat us. We've got a really good defence, we've got a very dominant midfield, and we've got a very capable attack, and we have got a very good goalkeeper who's a confidence goalkeeper when he's got a good defence in front of him. I think he's got that good defence, and Ben White, what an absolute steal he is for the season we got him as well. Absolutely brilliant. So, I'm going to call you Mr. Chadwick, because I'm not sure if it's Finn or whether it's FLN, but Mr. Chadwick, what do you think of the new kits? Love the new kits, just waiting to get paid again so I can actually go out and buy them. Yeah, I really like them. Aaron Day, whose fans do you dislike the most? Difficult one. I'm not so fussed on Luton fans, not so fussed on Plymouth fans either. Although we did have a lot of them say a lot of good things about our channel, because we did take a good video of their pitch invasion when they won their league. They're the type they took something from us, obviously by winning that Liverpool game. They took from us an opportunity for us to completely reform our club for the good, get us out of any sort of financial trouble, and they rubbed it right in, because to them it was just a day out. For us it was more than just a day out, it was a historical thing basically. So I think Plymouth I'm not too fussed on, but in our league it's Cambridge, I think, are quite smug as well. I don't particularly like them that much, and Morecambe fans are rats, absolute complete rats. Morecambe fans are. Paul Lewis, my favourite county player of all time, John Aldrin and Tommy Tynan. Well, they're two of the most iconic players to ever play for the county, to be honest. So it's absolutely. I take it you're one of the older generation. You remember good times that we had with them two playing for the club. I, unfortunately, born in 1984, didn't get to live through those times. But if I could go back and live them with you guys, I'll tell you something, I'd be there. I would be there, and I'd enjoy every second of it. So, Mark Platinum Bridge was the guy who came from Italy, fully Italian, very impressive if he converted to Newport. Yes, he's from Florence. His name's Matteo. He's from Florence, and him and his wife flew over. Obviously, they're holidaying in the UK. Obviously, they've been doing sightseeing, like in Bristol. They've gone to Stonehenge, they've gone to Caerphilly, gone to Cardiff, and they've obviously come to Newport. And they spent the day in crew with us as well. His main purpose to come over was to come and watch the county. So yeah, very impressive. Just like the guy from California, Gordon, when he came over to come and watch the Notts County game. I mean, we got quite a lot of fans from Germany because of the Karl Zeiss Jena link, and there have been fans from different parts of Germany, for example. And a Greek fan once contacted me. I stopped talking to him when he started talking about the firm and starting to fight people. I thought, oh no, that's it. No, I think we'll leave it there, mate. But yeah, fair play, Matteo. What a lovely guy, lovely couple, and he says he's coming back in November. So more of you get to meet him. Katie boy, after the first weekend of Premier League, who do you think looks like the strongest? Right, okay. So the first weekend of the Premier League is telling an awful lot of tales, but it's not going to tell the tale of the season, unfortunately. Man United, as good as they were, played against a very, very poor West Ham team. Liverpool's defence, they've got the rest of the window to sort that defence out. Chelsea, they will come back stronger following that hiccup against Burnley. Arsenal might not be able to do what they did against Leicester against the bigger teams. Tottenham looking solid. Man City looking a lot better than last year just from the first game, but you don't know how that's going to progress. I mean, Man City looked good at the beginning of last season and went off the boil. Tottenham were consistent, but not consistent enough. Chelsea just smashed it for the first half of the season. You never know how it's gonna work out, to be honest. So we'll see. We'll see how the Premier League turns out. Josh Warren, if Newport get to win the cup, who do you support? Got to be County. Oh, of course. I always said if we were going to play Liverpool last season, I would be in the away end. I would be fully in County, and I would be singing for the port. Absolutely. Finn, nice one. So it's Finn Chadwick. Nice one, mate. So yeah, Josh, thanks for the question. Thanks for getting involved. FJN Vlogs, do you think the Dragons should play at Roddy Parade anymore? Well, we don't really get a say on that, to be honest with you, mate, because the people who own the Roddy Parade now, the Welsh Rugby Union, have actually taken over the Dragons, so it is their stadium. We're only tenants. I think Hainty would benefit from having it. Would benefit from having our own ground one day, but it looks as though we're going to build a much stronger relationship, and we're going to be enabled to make the most out of the financial opportunities on match days. So, yeah, it's their stadium. We're lucky to be there, really, because it's the only fit-for-purpose stadium in Newport. So, I think we just maintain our relationship with the Dragons and the Welsh Rugby Union, which looks like it's going to be a lot easier than what it used to be with Ronnie Parade. Lewis, NCAFC, getting the new top tomorrow, getting my season ticket. Hazel Terrace, of course. Good lad. Going to come and sing some songs with us. Chants, if you guys got any ideas for chants, mind, fire them over. No, we're trying to think of new chants, even if something completely original, not copying what other clubs do. That's one thing that we're trying to do, is create something fresh. You know, like when the Will Grigg chant came out, started at Wigan. We want to be the ones who come out with the next big chant. So if any of you guys got any ideas, fire them over. Kian, hey mate. Finn, we show the other teams when we're away with the atmosphere that we have. Absolutely, the away atmosphere is always better. You tend to find that you get a lot more of the every now and agains who come over, who don't tend to get involved, who might not feel it's their place to get involved. Hopefully, the inclusiveness that we promote within the Amber Army will make anybody think you're welcome to come and join in with us. As I say to you guys all the time, when you're on here, if you're coming over, you're going to come and stand with us, come and sing a song with us. Even have a go at the drum if you think you're good enough. Aaron Day, do you think we'll sign anyone? Maybe one or two more before the deadline is over. Maybe. Kian, my bird said hi, Taff. Hiya, Kian's bird. How's it going? You should log in yourself and get involved. Have you seen the Academy kit? Because I'm in it, so I was wondering. I think they have the same kit, mate, to be honest with you. So, yeah, I'm pretty certain you'll have the same kit. Kian, hey Taff, keep it up. Thanks, mate. Cheers for the vote of confidence. Change the angle. Very angry now. No, I've changed my location, Chris, basically, because the dropouts have been because of the connection between my router and my phone, because the walls out there in between my living room, kitchen and bedroom, they block off the signal. Well, it's not so much that it blocks it off completely. I do get a good Wi-Fi signal in there. It fluctuates a little, So I hope that you can adjust as I have had to. Aaron Day, worst ref decision in Newport game. Yeah, we do get a lot of bad refs, mate. But the one who ref the Crew game, I think he got the big decision with the red card correct. And there's a couple of poor decisions made, but you get that in every game. He got the big decision right. Football Soccer team of 100 mil. That's a whole new defence, new goalkeeper. All right, you understand something, Tom? Tom Evans, who put that out. Players go for so much more money now. They sell Coutinho for 100 million. That buys them Virgil van Dijk and a replacement for Coutinho. If they've got any money left over and they feel they can get themselves a keeper, get a keeper. Sell Mignolet. Obviously, there's something about Karius that Klopp likes. Maybe he's not quite ready to play first team. Get a keeper that is ready to play first team. All right, Mark Platinum Bridge. How can we solve the crisis in American-North Korean relations? Well, I'm not from either place, so I leave it to them to get on with it. But then, can we keep it football though, mate? Nice one. Don't do politics. I do politics, but not on the blogs. Cheers, mate. Kenty boy, in your honest opinion, who do you think will come down from League One and come up from the conference? Like I say, it's just so early to tell now. I think Tranmere should. I think Hartlepool should, but they've had a shocking start. They've lost their opening 2 games. Are they going to do another York? We don't know. But there are a few good teams in the conference, and I think there's going to be a couple of surprises. I got a feeling Wrexham might do well this year. Coming down from League One is too difficult to say, really. League One could be pretty much anyone. You never know. Ask me that question again after about 10 games. Taff, do you think we've signed the right players? That's from Kean21. Kian, I believe we have signed some good players. Whether we've signed the right players, looks like we have. It does. So, yeah, I think we have signed the right players. And I think one or two more, maybe. And I think we're set for the season. Right, Aaron Day, opinions on Ronaldo ban. Shove the ref, you get a ban. Simple as that. You don't just go shoving refs just because they send you off. Whether you agree with the decision or not, you can't shove the ref. As much as if I was playing, I'd do a lot more than just shove a ref for sending me off for being wrong. But that's why I don't play professional football. I just haven't got the head for it. I mean, I've got the skills for it. I may have one day, once upon a time, but no, I wasn't all that good. I was decent at football. Never good enough to play pro though. But if I ever was, I wouldn't have the head for it. Kian on the drummer for Kidderminster. Good man, good man. Send us, share some videos with us sometime. I wouldn't mind seeing some Kidderminster fan videos. I remember your fans being particularly good whenever I went up to Kidderminster. Up to County, I think we should take the Riot Shields to Leeds. Riot Shields, Leeds are pretty bad, and they got beef with Cardiff. I don't think they realise, but a lot of our fans have as well. So I hope they don't think that we're Cardiff in disguise or anything like that. It might kick off up there because they have got a lot of wrong uns up there, but it'll be what it'll be. Scarbs, how's it going, mate? Good to have you again. Finn, I come to a lot of the games. I'm normally in the Bisley stand, and I can always see you and everyone going nuts. Well, we do go a bit nuts. I'd like us to go a lot more nuts, to be honest with you. I'd like to see us wave the flags a little bit more, get the drum going a bit more, get a bit of bouncing on the go. But try and come over into the Hazel and contribute if you can. Are you in the Bisley again this season? We'll see. Paul Lewis, have you read Wesley in the Argus today? Yeah, the guy's an absolute cock. One of the worst things that happened to our club. And thankfully we got rid of him just in time, in the absolute nick of time as well. Because I'm not being funny, but Flinney's first game crew, we'd have lost that with Wesley, and then we'd have been down. When we was Accrington, the ref was the worst. Accrington, which Accrington game was that, mate? I don't remember in the last few sort of games that the Accrington ref was all that bad, but there were games where the refs were bad, but I'm not going to get into that because I'll keep you all night and I won't answer any more questions. We will still be selling raffle tickets next season because I bought some off you. All right, okay. I should be selling, there'd be the half-time draw tickets. The club are going to be relaunching the 50-50 into the half-time draw. Me and my fiancée Leanne have been pretty instrumental in setting that up, along with Alex Tunbridge, Hayley, I can't remember everybody's last name now. Well, Hayley, the media girl, I'm sure it's Hayley Ford, but I might be wrong. I'm really bad with names, I do apologise. Alex Tunbridge, Hayley Ford and James Watts. We've all been instrumental in making sure, obviously Paul, the new guy as well, the new head of support services, all been instrumental in it, and it's going to be a much, much better thing for the club. And I think we're going to make a hell of a lot more money, and more people are going to want to buy the tickets. Just wait and see when it gets launched. Benjamin Dallimore, hi. Hi to you too, mate. Thanks for getting involved. Ask us some questions. What's on your mind? Who do you support? Paul Lewis, have you read Wesley's comment in the Argus today? Yes, I have. And as I said, the guy is an absolute cock. Kian, where do you think the county will come this season? Mid-table, I'm sticking with mid-table to be realistic. No, I'm not singing my favourite county chant now. I live in a block of flats. I'm going to keep everybody awake if I start singing it. But my favourite county chant is the Discoland one that we always do after every time we score a goal, or or when the players come out at the beginning of a home game. Discoland is the one for me. Do you think Aaron Williams is leaving? Probably. I think Jackson will be put into the first team as and when he's fit. Aaron Williams, unfortunately, isn't going to get a sniff, and I feel a bit bad for him. I thought he was pretty decent towards the end of last season. Didn't get as many chances as I'd have liked to have seen him have, but in Flinney we trust at the end of the day. Do you think we'll send Jazzy on loan from Scarbs? Possibly, because there's two players playing in his position at the moment, Wilmot and Pipe. So there's effectively no real room for him. I can imagine he'll go on loan. And I'd imagine if he does well, when Pipe eventually does call it a day, then Jazzy will be there ready to slot in. My idol, GW. Yeah, I hope that's not Graham Wesley, Chris. I really do. Right, Kian just retracted a message. I didn't quite catch why you were going to ask. I don't know if you're going to be rewording your question. I hope to hear from you again, mate. James Murphy, what do you think of Carl Oyston? He is one of the absolute reasons why football is dying today. An absolute prick of a bloke. And he got absolutely no business being the chairman of a club such as Blackpool. Got some great fans, and we talk to them on a regular basis, and they absolutely love their club. And the boycott is all about cutting his income, not cutting Blackpool's income, but cutting his income to get him shot. Obviously, not actually physically get him shot with a gun or anything like that, but just get rid of him. Get rid of him. Make it so it's fruitless for him to be the owner of Blackpool. Sell on to someone who actually wants to take the club forward and not bleed the club for whatever money they can get from him. Okay, Aaron Day, favourite kit in the Premier League? I don't know. I've always been a fan of the way Arsenal have always had their kit, with the red and white. But I grew up with Liverpool, so I'm always going to say Liverpool kit, to be honest with you. Squizzle, Frank Noble will get an inform. Well, he scored 2 in 2 starts for us, so he's fine in the net. Hopefully he does a lot more. Early signs would suggest Newell's going to be a good signing for us. Okay, Elliot Addison, York City fan here. I tell you what, mate, right? You and your set, you got a great club, great fans, and what you're going through is absolutely hideous. And I really feel for you. I really wanted you to stay up last year. Absolutely gutted for you that you went down. I'm glad you kept John Park in though, because he'll fire you back up into the conference, and you'll be back in Football League before you know it. Trust me. You got the right kind of support there, mate. So keep going, keep fighting for them. Finn, what do you think of the new Mitre ball? To be honest, I can't recall actually seeing it, but they always make a decent ball for the Premier League. They always make a decent ball. Mitre have always made good balls, so yeah, I'd imagine it's a good one. James Barry, just made an account on YouTube, so I can ask you a few questions. Just subscribe to your channel, mate. With Hereford having to reform, how long do you think it would take? Right, it took Newport County 25 years, but that was pretty much just the fans doing it themselves until they got to a level high enough to get more people involved. It looks as though you've got those people involved already, so I'd imagine it's not going to take you as long. There's no guarantee you will get back to Football League, because what you've got to think is so competitive, and there's only 92 spots in there, and 92 teams, big teams, are already in the Football League. Teams drop out, teams get back in. It's difficult for anyone to get into the Football League, to be honest, mate. But if you keep up the support and keep doing what you're doing as fans, because I know you're doing a lot there at Hereford, keep turning up with your numbers, and it'll happen for you one day. I honestly think it will. So keep it up. Kian21, keep the vids up. You should have more subs. Well, to be honest with you, we're quite restricted with the amount of people that will subscribe to us, because predominantly we're Newport County, and a lot of our videos are about Newport County. But we do have the subscribers for the neutral videos. I'm not sure if you've noticed the American fan cringe compilations. They're attracting new people for us. If you haven't seen them, hopefully you'll get a good laugh out of them if you go and watch them. But we do a lot of compilations like Funny Football Chants, the No Pyro No Party compilation, the fans in the concourse, the best fans in the UK, best fans in the world. We do a lot of compilations that are neutral, and there are some videos for other clubs as well. So hopefully a few more people notice what we're doing and they subscribe. But we're happy with the progress we're making at the moment. So yeah, cheers for the kind words, mate. Thank you, Kian. Squizzle, how old is Wilmot? Remember him in 2014. The Wilmot, I think it's early 30s for Wilmot. I think. Oh, don't mind me, guys. A bit tired today. Yeah, don't quote me on that though. But I think he's early 30s. But he still runs like he's in his 20s. So fair play to him. He was like a whippet he was on Saturday. Scabs, on Saturday, did you find it annoying when Newell would get the ball, but then took it out to the wing and did F all with it? Never really created much. Yeah, when you get a big guy like that, you want them in the centre. You want them to be a target in the box. The thing is, he has got a dribbling ability, and he has got the strength to turn people without a lot of skill. He can use his strength to lever them out of the way and then turn them and get the ball into the box. So if he's good at that, I understand why he's going out out there. But when he's getting double teamed like he was, and he's finding it difficult to turn people, then that's when he should be giving that up and getting in the centre. But he did do a lot of link up with the likes of Dolan and Rigg and Butler. So he's helping make a lot of good play out on that wing as well. So let him have his time out there, but I definitely agree that he should be getting into the centre a little bit more and being the target man. Okay, up the county, I think we should have 2 to 3 seasons mid-table, then push up for promotion. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, right, there's nothing wrong with having a bit of ambition in football, but when you get over ambitious and you commit a lot of money to it, it's not guaranteed to get you the results. I mean, you commit that money's gone, and you're not getting it back. So being ambitious in football isn't always the best way forward. But yeah, stability is what we're looking for now. Stability, grow off the field as well. And then when we got the right setup, that's when we can really push for promotion. But if we got promoted this season, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but if we got promoted this season, no one's going to complain, are they really? But we'll just see how it goes. We're definitely moving in the right direction at least. Finn, do you have a dream team? I don't have a Sun dream team. I'm not a fan of the Sun. I think they're an atrocious rag of a newspaper. I do have a Sky Sports fantasy football team though. Who do you think will get promotion in League Two? See, it's such a difficult question at the moment. It's too early to tell. But there's a lot of good-looking teams. Like Coventry already look good, but Morgan won their opening few games and fell off the boil. Exeter lost a lot of their first 15 games, but then they ended up getting into the playoffs and almost got promoted. So you never know how it's going to go, to be honest with you. So it's worth waiting for about 10 games, and then those are the sort of questions I can actually give you a more educated answer to. It's 27, is that Wilmot? Bloody hell, I was way out then if that's the case. Matthew Payne, what position do you think the County will finish this year? Like I say, I get asked this a lot. I'm shooting for mid-table, boring but enjoyable season with a nice cup run. That's basically what I want. Elliot Addison, painful for us as well. Loved Newport fans when they came to us a few seasons ago. Started doing the conga and every way in. I was there. I was part of that conga. Yep, I was there. I remember we won 2-0, 2-1 was it? We just missed out on the playoffs that game as well. We actually had some fans from Germany who actually started that conga, believe it or not. They were Karl Zeiss Jena fans who flew over to come and watch us. So yeah, I mean, your fans have always been good. I always had a good banter on the Facebook banter groups with your fans, and I always enjoyed that. So I hope you guys get back into the league again really soon. County boy, what do you think of Diego Costa refusing to train with Chelsea? Right, staying in Brazil. Diego Costa. We don't know what's going on there. Now, I think he's being treated pretty badly, being as he was the talisman for Chelsea in their title-winning season last year. For him to be told he's just not needed, and they're not actually actively trying to sell him, and they're making him train with the reserves, I think they're treating him awfully. And I think it's something of a one-man mutiny, if that even exists. But Diego Costa, it's a difficult one to talk about, that one. We don't know what's gone on. We don't know what's been said between him and Chelsea and Conte. We don't know if Conte's being made to sell him, but having to be the fall guy. We don't know. But I think I've got a feeling Costa has a right to be aggrieved at least, but I think he should be a professional and get training. James Murphy, who do you think will get relegated in League Two? It's a tough one. There's so many good teams in League Two now. I mean, the obvious choices would be the likes of Yeovil, Crawley and Morecambe, but you never know. I mean, Accrington are the smallest team in this division, and they've stayed in League Two for over a decade now. So you never know who's going to go down. I mean, no one would have thought Hartlepool and Leyton Orient were going to be the two to go down. You know what I mean? So it's like I say, it's just so easy to tell. Where do you think Blackpool will finish this season? I hope Blackpool stay mid-table. I hope that the Tangerine Knights who are leading the boycott there, I hope that they have a successful season and they raise a lot more awareness. They do a really good job for the club personally, and I hope that they end up getting the result that they need, and that's the Oystons out. Lewis NCFC, Wikipedia says he's 27. So, Robbie Wilmot's 27. What a signing if that's the case. I didn't realise he was still so young. Fair play. Leeds, this is from Charlie Corton. Seems like a challenge, but after beating Southend in League One, is there a chance? There's always a chance in football, mate. Absolutely always a chance. Absolutely, 100%. It's going to be difficult, of course. It's Leeds United. They're pushing for promotion to the Premier League. But we beat a team on their own patch who were doing just the same thing only a few years back in Brighton. So we've always got a chance. And with the team that we got, we're solid in each position. So I think we got a chance. We got a chance. Will I be doing fan videos at Leeds? That's if I get there. I still haven't quite negotiated getting the time off work. I want to go. I definitely will be there if I negotiate that. But I've got a very good boss, and I'm sure we'll work something out with him. Scabs, how many do you think we'll bring to Leeds next Tuesday? Yeah, I honestly think we're going to take a good few hundred. Not as many as you would have done if the game was on a Saturday, though. It's an unfortunate thing that the League Cup is always played midweek, but it's got to be done, isn't it? We can't cram every Saturday with 2 cup competitions and the league games, so it's just one of those things, isn't it? Hopefully we get a good FA Cup run and we get a big draw in there as well. But yeah, how many we're taking? A couple of hundred. I'd say 400 or 500 will make it up to Leeds next Tuesday. Greg, well done, Chris. Another great live broadcast. You deserve all the plaudits. Cheers, mate. Always got kind words for me, mate. You flatter me. Thank you. Up the county, Labardi was class Saturday. He watched the Man United highlights and he was just like Matic. Yeah, that's a comparison I was actually thinking of, to be honest with you. As a kind of a Matic player. Matic is able to play the ball around as Labardi can. Labardi can hit the ball, and he's so good at getting back and winning the ball. Labardi, he's the main man in our midfield, I think. I think Labardi's very much a lot similar to, if you remember the 3-man midfield Liverpool used to have back when they nearly won the league in 2009, 2010, I believe the season was. Back when they had Torres, Gerrard, Alonso and Mascherano. Well, Labardi's like our Mascherano. I think Dolan is like our Alonso, and then Rig is like our Gerrard, basically. Obviously, stiff comparisons there, of course, but I think you understand what I'm getting with that. Okay, so Finn again. I was with my friends the other day. We were talking about County, and they walked into Sainsbury's, and then you saw Michael Flynn. Get any pictures when he autographs or anything like that? Did you get the chance to talk to him? If any of you ever come across Michael Flynn, he's very much a fans bloke, and he will always talk to you, honestly. Good guy, Michael Flynn is. James Murphy, I was Blackpool away last season, atmosphere-wise. Okay, the home atmosphere, as you can imagine, was pretty poor, but the away atmosphere was really good until, obviously, we started going down. We were 2-1 down. No, I'm sure it was 1-1, and we had a penalty, and we missed it. And then you went at the other end and scored, and then obviously we sank then. Up until that point, up until you went 2-1 up, our atmosphere was really good, actually. We've actually got some videos on you if you search for it. Blackpool away last season. There are actually a couple of good videos of it. Aaron Day, what kit will we use on Saturday? We only use our home kit. Coventry will be playing in Sky Blue, of course, so there's no reason why we shouldn't be able to use our home kit. I'd imagine our away kit is more likely to clash with the Sky Blue than the amber kit, so I'd imagine we will be playing in amber. I'm not saying that the white and the Sky Blue do clash, it's just they're closer than the amber and Sky Blue. Lewis NCFC, Accrington's manager said they want to be promoted. Well, they came close to it. They came very, very close to it. When was it? 2 years ago, they should have been promoted. If not for a very unusual 0-0 draw at home, they would have been promoted, and Bristol Rovers would have been in the playoffs. Last season, they nearly made the playoffs, and we completely dented their chances of that when we beat them. But this season, can they do it? I think there's too many good teams for Accrington this year. They just need more money in it, to be honest. If they're going to keep it up, they've had 2 really good seasons. I think the bubble's going to burst soon enough, unfortunately for them. Squizzle was at Maidenhead versus Hartlepool. Maidenhead completely outplayed them. Well, I speak to a Hartlepool fan, and he said that they were awful, and they didn't get clapped, and you can't blame them. Hartlepool should be doing a lot better than that. James Barry, are you going to carry on with the 50-50? This, as I do it every weekend at home, and is there going to be anything new like the 50-50 this season? Yeah, I mentioned this earlier in the blog. There is going to be a launch of the 50-50. It's going to maybe be the half-time draw, but keep your eye out for that one, mate. Keep your eye out, because it is going to be an exciting new draw, and we should make a hell of a lot more money on it for the club. Finn, do you have any socials I could follow? Yeah, we're on Facebook as Amber Army. We're on Twitter as @AmberArmy. Well, I'm not sure exactly how it's. Someone else did our Twitter for us. One of the other lads. I can't remember exactly what our Twitter tag is, but we are on there as the Amber Army, and we're on Instagram as the Amber Army too. So feel free, follow us on there. Red and White Army. Our season so far is absolute shit. Red and White Army, which Red and White Army are you? And we can talk about your team. James Murphy, what was the best away day in League 2 last season? We had a couple of decent ones. Notts County away was decent. I mean, obviously, ones that you win or draw are obviously going to be your better ones. You go away and lose, it's not going to be a good away day for you, really. I mean, you can enjoy your trip, but then it's not going to be the best away day. So the best away day, Cheltenham, where we scored the last minute equaliser, was good. I think Notts County was good, and Exeter was probably my personal favourite. Crewe was a really good one as well, because it was the first of the 7 wins that kept us up as well. Bury Beckford, Red and White Army, how we're unbeaten in 3 away games, and we've been the better team in every match. Right, I'm still trying to make out which team you are, mate. Red and White, are you Charlton or Leyton Orient? Looks like Charlton to me. Can you confirm that for me, guys? James Murphy, what is your most favourite ground in League 2? Well, last season my favourite ground, funny enough, was Blackpool. I actually really thought Blackpool and Doncaster were really, really lovely grounds. Callum Morris, saw Flynn in the Spa. Do you say hello to him? He'll talk to you, honestly. He's a really good guy. Red White Army, buy you back, but I'm not a County fan. Alright, okay. So, who are you then, Red and White Army? Which club are you? James Murphy, what was the most fans you took last season? How many? I believe that would have been Cheltenham, and we had about 850 there, roughly. And considering we were bottom of the league for most of the season, that was pretty damn good, because we were bottom of the league for that one as well. Up the county, I think Flinney is trying to find his best team and formation. Yeah, definitely. What is your opinion? Great live video, Taff. Cheers and keep it going. Thanks, Up the county. Best team and formation. I think the back 3 is effective. I think Demetriou, O'Brien and White all had their opportunities to get forward, and the wing backs were effective. I just think it was taking our chances was the issue at Crewe. It wasn't the issue at Stevenage. We just let too many stupid goals in. But I think taking the chances is going to be a big thing. We try to pass the ball into the net a little bit too much, which is great considering while we're playing. Yeah, we are playing well. And I think there's more to come from the county team this year. James Murphy, what do you think of Neymar going to PSG? I think the whole thing stinks. I think that kind of money that he's earning, that kind of money that Paris Saint-Germain paid for him is just pathetic. And so there's no loyalty in football. Of course he went for the money. You know, it was all about the money with Neymar. But then I suppose in a way you can understand where he's in Messi's shadow. But when you're part of the most deadly front 3 in world football, or possibly world football has ever seen, you know, breaking that up, you really want to be the one that broke that up, really. I mean, is he going to win a Ballon d'Or? Probably not, unless obviously Ronaldo and Messi quit soon. But Crawley fan, right, we'll be coming to you then, Red and White Army. Biggest ground in the Vanarama. I can't think who's got the biggest ground. I think that's got to be Tranmere, isn't it? I think. Red and White Army are so Crawley. I think losing James Collins will be your downfall this season. Not saying that you're going to go down. I quite like Harry Kewell because of where I used to like. Well, I never used to. I still like Liverpool. I'm a County supporter, but I think Harry Kewell and Warren Feeney might do a decent job for you. Feeney is a decent assistant manager, out of his depth as an actual number 1. Will Harry Kewell be a good number 1? Well, we'll wait and see, mate. We'll wait and see. But I think not having James Collins is going to cost you this year, unfortunately. Sorry to say. Finn Chadwick, I went to the Wolves away game 2 seasons ago. Does anyone remember the score? We lost 2-1. We went 1-0 up through Scott Bowden, and then they scored 2 to beat us. What do I make of Coventry? It's sad to see such a big team fall so far, but I think they'll probably get promoted first time asking. I got them on a bet anyway, so I hope they do. Bluebirds TV, yes mate, you are late, but better late than never, mate. Better late than never. There we go, Wolves 1-2-1. Right, guys, I'm going to have to stop taking questions now because I've still got a few to get through. Thanks so much for getting involved. This has been a great one. I do have to start wrapping it up, so I do have to get some sleep at some point tonight. James Murphy, what away games are you looking forward to? What away games am I looking forward to last season? I don't get the question, sorry, mate. Finn Chadwick, the school that I go to had a score fate, and Joe Day was there, and Flynn had slotted 4 out of the 6 pass. Yeah, Flynn obviously was still, be able to kick a football. Joe Day is a good goalkeeper. It's good that obviously you got to meet them. Yeah. What school do you go to then, mate? Squizzle, same Bluebirds TV. The notification was 26 minutes late. Why are you not playing tomorrow? Pass. Am I going to Leeds as long as I can get the time off work? And yeah, nobody's, mate. Everyone's human. James Murphy, do you think AFC Field will join you in League 2 soon? I doubt it. I've never seen their ground either, so I don't know. I doubt, is it filed or filled? I think there's too many good teams in the conference for the smaller teams to have much of a chance without the money. Obviously, the Eastleys and the Dovers and the Forest Greens have obviously thrown the money in. That's how the smaller clubs are able to compete with the bigger clubs. But unless Field are doing the same, I don't think they're going to compete, to be honest with you, mate. Aaron Day, bye. See you later, mate. Thank you. See you Saturday, Taff. Maybe Tuesday if you're there. Yep. I'll see you there, mate. Make yourself known. Good night. Squizzle up the county. James Bowie, what's been your best away day when we're not including mine? Has to be Hereford away when we scored that 93rd minute winner. Yeah. That was the season we went up, and yeah, that was one of my favourite away days of all time too, mate. Yeah, I gotta agree with that. This season, I'm looking forward to Coventry because it's a big ground, a new ground, and we are going to be taking a lot of fans. No worries, mate, no worries. Joe Day is awesome, who's my favourite county player. My favourite county player right now, tough one. Labardi, I'd say. Labardi. Who would ever thought you'd see a Bluebirds TV saying UTC, unless it's up the city? Which one do you mean? Go to Clearing Comp. Oh, happy days, mate. I used to go to Betis, I did. Red White Army, I mean no offence, but Forest Green should be a stroll in the park, and all their food at the ground is all vegan. Forest Green, small little village with a small little football ground, all vegan, being bankrolled by a hippie with more money than sense. I think the Forest Green bubble will burst soon enough because I'm sure the bloke was going to end up getting bored because he's gone at the Football League and he automatically thinks it's going to be a walk in the park, and at the moment they've drawn one and lost one. Will they improve? They might, but I don't think they've got what it takes to go further into the Football League. I think the guy's pissing into the wind myself. So James Murphy, cheers for answering your question. Well, that's from you, mate. I enjoy taking the questions. I enjoy answering them and giving you my opinion. Finn, love this live stream. Thanks very much. No problem. Absolutely no problem at all. Kenny boy, good night, mate. See you Saturday. Happy days, and I finally got to the end. Jack boy, night, bro. Happy days. Thanks, guys. It's been a really good stream. I've really enjoyed it. Same time again next week, next Monday. Yeah, I mean, you've had a bad start. I mean, we've had bad starts and we've ended up putting it back in the end. So don't worry, Crawley, you'll be there or thereabouts, in the relegation mix, I think, this season. Unfortunately, I'm sorry to say, I'm only going to tell you the truth or what I think will happen. But not necessarily saying that you're going to go down or anything like that. So, just because you've got involved, I hope Crawley stay up. Personally, I'd like to see Morecambe go down. There we go. Happy days. Thanks very much, guys. We're going to call it time there. As always, up the county. And thank you very much. Cheerio for now.